Alright guys, so in this video I'll be teaching you how to automatically generate an email when you receive an SMS on your Twilio phone number. So essentially what we want to do here is to alert ourselves or some other person when we get an SMS through our Twilio number. So this might be used for probably businesses that use Twilio or that has a Twilio phone number, just to get like a brief overview of the customer response when they send the message to them. Okay. So what we want to do first is to create a Twilio account. So you can create a Twilio account by going to twilio.com and then create an account. And when you do so, you will just land right here. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is to get our phone number. But before we do that, let's set up our messaging system. So click on Explore Product, and then we'll click on Messaging. Okay. So let's scroll down by the right. Let's click on by the left. Sorry. So let's click on Services, and then click on Create a Messaging Service. Okay. So let's give this a name. Let's say my first messaging service. Okay, so click on Create Messaging Service. Add senders. Okay, we can do this later, or let's just skip the setup. Let's see if we can get the phone number first. Let's save this. Okay, so let's go to integrations, and then this is where we set up our make scenario to receive the messages through webhooks. So what I want to do is to go back to make. Let's create a new scenario, and then let's click on webhooks and create a custom webhook. So what we want to do here is to listen for messages from our Twilio account and then send that messages down to this webhook. So we'll create a webhook here. Let's call this Twilio webhook. Then we'll save. Okay. So make wants us to kind of determine the data structure before verifying this. So we have to copy the address. So I'll click on this, go back to Twilio. So let's look at the options that we have here. So we have defer senders, defer to senders webhook. That's want to send to the senders webhook when we receive SMSs, or want to drop the message, or want to send the webhook. So we'll click on this because we want to send the webhook when we have incoming message. So I'll paste the webhook URL here, and I'll also paste it here. Then I'll also paste the callback URL here, and then I'll save this. Okay, so let's save this. Okay, so let's go back to our home page so we can see how to trigger the webhook. So the next thing we will need to do from here is to get a trial phone number. So okay, so let's get a trial phone number. So click on this to get a trial phone number. All right, so they've given me my trial phone number. So I have my trial phone number, I have my account SID, and I have my token. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to send a message to my own personal phone number, and then I'll reply that message and we'll see how it's being sent to this make.com webhook. So let's go back. Okay, so let's go to documentation. Let's go to messaging. All right, send an SMS. Okay, so this is how we send an SMS. But let me okay, so okay, let's look at the examples that we have. Okay, so let's go to Python because I actually use Python. So let's scroll down. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so I think this is the code. So let me just copy this. Right, so let's just copy this. Let me go to Colab. Let's use Colab for this. So you only need to do this once, right? You only need to do this once, and then you can start receiving messages to your make.com webhook. Okay, so let me paste this here, right? Let me confirm that my phone number is correct. So I'll copy this, paste it. So it has to be your exact phone number. So it has to be from your exact phone number. And then here I will have to put my own personal phone number. Okay. So I'll go back, I'll copy my account SID. So I'll just remove this because I'm not using an environment variable. And then I'll copy the auth token to right. Okay. So I'll run this with this message. Join at Matthias Heroes like Kevin Bacon. So let's run this and see. Okay, so I need to install Twilio. So I'll copy this. Let me just go to the top and so let me just go to the top and pip install Twilio. I'll run this. So wait for this to install. And then, so let's run this again. Let's see if we actually get our message. Okay, so it has sent the body of the message to me. So I just got the message on my phone. Right, I just got the message on my phone. Send from your Twilio trial account. Join It's My Tears Heroes like Kevin Bacon. Okay, so now we've gotten the message on our mobile phone. So now let's go back to our Twilio account. Let's make sure that we've set up the webhook properly. So let's go back to messaging and then let's go to services. Let's be sure that we've set this up properly because I think we need to add that phone number. Let me reload this. I think we need to set up that phone number. So, okay, so let's click on this. Let's click on the first messaging service we created and let's set up that phone number to be one of the sender's numbers. Okay, so let's add sender. Let's go to type phone number, then continue. So we've already seen the phone number here, so click on this and then add phone numbers. Okay, so with this we've already set sender's pool, so that this number has been added to our sender's pool. So let's go back to integration and then let's check to make sure that we've configured this well. And then let's go back to our make scenario. So it's still waiting for the data. So what I'll need to do here is to send a reply the text message I got. So I'll say, hey, I got your text. Thank you. Thank you. So let me send this from my phone. Okay. All right. So we've been able to determine the data structure. So I'll click OK. All right. So now let's run this webhook once again, and then I'll send another message, and let's see what we receive. Okay. So I'll run this once again, and then I'll say this is another message from me. Let's send this. Okay, so as you can see, we have our output. So we have so many messages, but let's go to let's see. Okay, so this is what we are looking for. This is the body. This is another message from me. All right. So now what we can do from here is to either send this to our email to notify us, or we can send this to Slack. Okay. So what I will do here is to set up another module to send this to our email. So I'll type Gmail. So send an email. So the subject I will just create like test subject and say, hey, we received a text from. So I'll just use the phone number. Let's see. From this, then the content is this is the content of the message. Okay, so I can just come down and then put in the body variable. Okay, so this is what I want to send. So let's add the recipient. So I'll add my email here. And then I'll click on OK. Okay, so I need to create a connection first. So I'll click on create a connection. Let's call this Twilio to mail Then I'll sign in. So I'll click on my account, then continue. Okay, allow. Okay, so I'll need to set up my credentials here. So what I will need to do is to all right. So what I will do here is I'll follow this guide to I'm going to follow these guys to authenticate my email to Gmail, and then I'll come back to the video after I've done that. Because to use a personal email, you need to create a. I think you need to create two things, or you need two things rather. So you need, if you go to show advanced settings, you need the client ID and the client secret. So this is what you need. So what I would do is I would set this up using this guide, and then I'll come back to the video. Okay. All right. So that took a while to set up. I have already set up my connection to my Gmail. So let's go back to adding the recipient. So I'll add my email address here. So say .com, and then the subject will be, hey, we just received a message from, then I'll add the number from, and then let's go down to content and say the content of the message is, then come and click on body. So I'll click on OK. All right. So let's run this once again, and let me send a message to the Twilio number and say, okay, hey, thanks for reaching out. I'd love to speak. I'd love to speak with you on this sometime next week. Thanks. So I've sent the SMS to my Twilio number. Now we should receive the SMS in our Gmail. So I'll go to my Gmail account. Go to my Gmail. Let's see if we receive the SMS in my Gmail. Okay, so here. All right, so the content of the message is, hey, thanks for reaching out. I'd love to speak with you on this sometime next week. Okay, so guys, that's how to automate your Twilio account, so that when someone sends an SMS to your account, you automatically receive it through your email. And also, this can also be set up using Slack or Discord or Telegram, depending on where you get your or where you want to send the message to. So, guys, that will be it for today. Thanks for watching. Kindly like, subscribe, and comment. So, if there's anything that you don't get, I would actually take my time to respond. So, thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video.